Hi, I'm Cristina Samaniri, and today I'm with the Mendix CTO, Johan Den Haan. Today we're talking about digital transformation strategies, why they fail, why they succeed, and how technology plays a role. So Johan, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, pleasure.
Okay, let's move to the first question. According to the Boston Consulting Group, up to 70% of digital transformation initiatives fail. So that's a huge percentage. Considering that global spending on these projects is forecast to reach $1.8 trillion in 2022. So why are so many of these projects doomed to fail? And what is all that money spent on?
Yeah, that's a great question, of course. Where is all the money going? There's of course many things we can mention, but I think two things I want to highlight is that one, a lot of companies are trying to boil the ocean, so trying to do too much at the same time, too large projects, buying a lot of technology to help with that, and yeah, there is almost a one-on-one relation between the size of a project and the chance of failure. So if you keep that in mind, then it's understandable why things are failing. And what people have to do there is make it more agile, do it in iterations, focus on specific business cases first and experiment. Also keep on learning how to improve, where to improve, but also getting the people along with you, because it's not that it's most of digital transformation is a change management approach and process that you need to go through. So that's the first thing. So trying to boil the ocean. The second thing I want to mention, and it's a bit related, is that a lot of companies are approaching this bottom up, but also too much with a technology focus. So they know digital transformation needs actionable data. So they start to gather data by buying platforms to do that and really focusing on building that digital infrastructure. And of course, that's a necessary element, but a lot more is needed. So it's not just about a platform, but you also need a process. So we just talked about it, an agile process, small and fast iterations. You need a portfolio view. So where do you start? Related to the right business cases, do small experiments, show some early success, get the people along with you. And that's then the fourth element, the fourth P also, the people. Make sure you create cross-functional teams, that the people are celebrate success, so that people see like there is things changing, why it's changing, what it means to become more digital native. So I think those elements in my mind are the two core elements. So don't try to boil the ocean, and don't just do a bottom-up approach, but also look at it top-down with a business case in mind, with also the top of the company driving it and focusing on changing not just the platform and the technology, but also the process, the portfolio, and the people.
So on to the next question. What's the difference between success and failure in a digital transformation initiative? So how do you know where you go as an organization, and how do you decide how much farther you need to go and when? That is, how does an organization go about assessing its digital maturity?
Yeah, maybe start with the last part of your question. So if you look at digital maturity, the easy model I always have in mind when I talk with our customers is a 4-stage maturity model. So basically the first stage is legacy transformation. Second stage is improving efficiency, process efficiency, productivity. The third stage is customer experience, so really introducing new ways to reach out and interact with your customers. And the fourth stage is really going into new business models, so finding new ways to make money and to basically change parts of your business model. And if you look at those things, then you can evaluate for yourself as a company, okay, where am I? But don't read this as, okay, we should start with legacy transformation and only do that first before we go to the next stages. Because that's a mistake what people make, that you spend years and years, because it's hard to transform your legacy. And spend only years and years on that without seeing actual benefits yet, because it's really spending a lot of money, but also a lot of time to be able to do that, and you won't see a lot of benefits. So next to investing in that legacy transformation, I always advise companies to also start looking at the other stages in parallel. So, okay, where can you improve your efficiency to show some early results? And those can be small projects, small new applications that you can quickly build using a low-code platform and then show initial success. Same with customer experience. So thinking about, okay, where in our interaction with your customer, but also with the rest of the supply chain, can I improve interactions, automate things, building self-service portals? And those don't have to be large projects. Those can be quicker things that already make a nice impact. And then the last stage also, again, should not be looked at as the last stage, but look at it as, okay, we can already, if you have the right capability in-house, so you did think about creating the right cross-functional teams with the right mindset, and then start looking at your portfolio and where do you want to experiment and innovate. So have maybe this separate team that starts to experiment with new business models, with new ways to use digital technology to transform your business. And again, those should be little experiments that can be done in a couple of weeks. Of course, yeah, those time frames are enabled if you use a low-code platform. And then you can see like, hey, where do we want to go with this digital transformation? And then assessing where you are in digital transformation becomes easier, because if you have to assess like, where am I on this long process with my legacy transformation? That's of course one thing to say, but it's a lot easier also to sell to the organization, to your board, or wherever you are in the organization, to your management, if you can show some early successes as well, and every time show like, hey, we are improving something in for efficiency, for customer experience, or introducing new business models.
So next question. In terms of advice around digital transformation, you will often read, don't start with technology. And then in the same breath, hear an endorsement of that product as the sole answer to it. So while it's not just about technology, it is critical. So how do you choose the right technology? And is it more a case of building the right practice than discovering the singular holy grail of tools?
Yeah, that's a great question to think about, of course. Like, indeed, it's not the technology, because if you look at the biggest challenges in digital transformation, one is the speed of being able to do digital changes. If your software development process or next release takes you a year at the minimum, it's hard to make impact and to show steps in the right direction, and then also keep getting all the people along and seeing where you are going and seeing some early successes. And that basically brings me to also the second big challenge in digital transformation is finding the right people. You need the right digital talent on the one end to be able to help you to do those transformations, becoming more digital, while there is an enormous shortage of developers, software developers in the world. So how do you get the right people to help you to actually do your digital transformation? And if you actually look at those two challenges, this brings you to the ingredients you need in your technology landscape. So of course, it's not just one technology, one vendor. You need to be able to access the right data, APIs, make data actionable, but you also need to develop software fast enough, and you need to find the people that can help you with that. And that's, I think, where a low-code platform comes in, because it will help you to speed up development, up to 10 times faster than traditional software development. But it also widens the amount of people that can access that technology, that can participate in developing software. So it really democratizes software development, and people with many different backgrounds, as long as they can think in an abstract way and turn ideas into structured models, they can actually participate in digital transformation. And we see that happen at a lot of our customers, where you see a nice mix of cross-functional teams, where you have one Java developer and 3 or 4 more business analyst type people that are actively collaborating and building the digital initiatives. And in that way helping to do improving the efficiency of your processes, improving productivity of your employees, building new customer experiences, or even completely new business models. And that's all made possible if you indeed enable more people to participate and also give them the tools to be faster and really make impact and show like, hey, next month we'll show you the first results. We put something in production that is maybe small, but it shows the first glimpses of what we can achieve with digital transformation.
Well, thank you so much for your answer. And that's actually exactly what we found out during our last research on LinkedIn. We asked them, what's the most important aspect of digital transformation? And overwhelmingly, 70% did say the answer is people. So that matches exactly with your answer. So thank you so much.
Yeah, not a surprise.
So thank you so much for being here today and taking the time to sit down with me and answering all these questions.
Yeah, always a pleasure to be here. Thank you.